1957 would be a year of tremendous change for both the British colonial outpost of Malaya and 32-year-old Mahathir.
I was anxious to have my first child. I was quite excited, and of course I had initially wished to have a boy.
At that time there was no ultrasound to confirm, yeah? So everything was blue. My mother made everything for us blue. But Marina came, but we were happy. He was just as happy as he daughter Marina.
Both of us love her very much, so it was to me a joy. We bought a nice pram, and I had always imagined myself pushing a pram with my child inside the pram.
They always say that children take the example of their parents. So my dad certainly read a lot, still does, and had a library, and I just sort of systematically go through it. And when I was little, he would read with me. I think he bought this whole children's classics series with Black Beauty and Alice in Wonderland, Heidi, all those. And he encouraged me to read them. So we'd read a little bit every night. So I think that's where it came from. And I'm very happy to see that my kids are following the same path. They read and they like to write as well.
1 month after the birth of his daughter, Mahathir celebrated his own birthday.
My dad has two birthdays, one December, which is his official birthday, and one in July. So my dad's birthday was registered as, I think, December 20th, 1925. It was only later, a few years later, that apparently they found a notebook with their real birthdays. And that's how my dad discovered that his birthday was 10th July, 1925.
Mahathir wasn't the only one born in December. So were the rest of his 8 siblings. Mahathir's father was a school headmaster who believed that those born at the end of the year would have an advantage in class.
The rest of the country thinks it's December, and we're always amused in December when, you know, people send cakes. Or the funniest thing is, all these astrologers try to discern his character, and we're all very amused because obviously he's not, he's Cancer. We remind him on his birthday, 10 July, and he knows he has one day to run out and buy a present for my mom, because her birthday will be the day after tomorrow, right? So that's usually the way he works it. But if we kept quiet, he wouldn't know that he had missed my mom's birthday, and then he would have been in huge trouble.
A few months later, Mahathir witnessed another birth, Malaya's independence.
Merdeka! Merdeka!
Malaya's new leader was Prime Minister Tunku Abdul Rahman.
Merdeka!
It was an exciting period to know that now we are going through our own country. That was also the year that I left government service, started my own practice.
Ya, kalau panggil ni tak tentu masa, pukul 2 malam, 3 malam ke apa ke, dengan basikal ke, motorcycle ke, dia pergi juga, dia tak boleh.
When Mahathir became the doctor, he was the first Malay doctor in Alustar. So naturally, they were very happy to find one of their kind, a doctor.
Many of Mahathir's patients were farmers living outside town.
Mahathir looked after them very well. When they come to see him from a distance, they have to pay their bus fares or whatever. They had no way to pay the medicines, which is very small, just 3 ringgit, which is the Malaysian dollar.
They can pay whatever they can afford. Or in some cases, of course, they owe you. They say they will pay later. So I have had instances where, when I was already Prime Minister, people coming up to me and saying that, well, I owe you $5. Here's the $5 that I owed you before. It's very touching. But I have never considered not treating patients simply because they cannot afford. I thought that would be wrong.
Mahathir would just give them free of charge. So he's been very generous in that aspect. And people eventually call him Dr. UMNO. UMNO is the political party, the Malay organization. And it stuck to him.
Well, I was flattered. As you think, I was the doctor for the political party. By that time, UMNO had been successful and had been the partner in the struggling for independence for Malaysia.
Since Marina's birth, Mahathir's family continued to grow. After Marina, he finally got the boy he wanted. After Mirzan, Melinda came, and 2 more boys, Mokhzani and Mukriz. Coming from a family of 9 children himself, Mahathir had no reservations about having a big family. Meanwhile, back at his medical practice, Mahathir had another important patient, his father. Despite all his expertise, Mahathir knew this was one fight he could not win.
In those days, there was nothing much you can do for heart cases. Then one day, he refused to take medicine. And I know that his time was up.
I was with his sister, and then I got a phone call to say that father passed away. So we went, and he was at the doorstep, so waiting for us to come, and he was very, very sad. He loved his father, and I know his father loved him also, although parents of those days never showed and never expressed their affection.
Even as a doctor, Mahathir couldn't save his father. And not long after, he felt even more powerless.
My mother, she seemed to lose interest in life. She did not talk much with people. She did not eat. And then finally, she just lied down and refused anything. And she pulled up her legs, and we couldn't straighten the leg because it was frozen in that attitude until she died.
As a compassionate doctor who treated everyone, Mahathir realized he'd finally been accepted as a leader in his community. But he would have to start the next chapter of his life without his parents. In 1964, Mahathir took his leadership to the next level. At the age of 39, he ran for a federal seat in Parliament for the first time. His opponent was Ahmad Shukri from the Islamic Political Party.
I have never campaigned for myself before. I have campaigned for other people. The area was not well developed. The roads were all dusty, and getting from one place to another was difficult. But we managed to see as many people as possible.
Mahathir's main motivation for entering politics was to help the Malays succeed in life. But it wasn't just the Malays that gave him their vote.
The Chinese voters voted for me. As a result, I won with a good majority, more than 4,000 votes.
To honor Mahathir's election promises of helping the Malays, his confrontations with political greats Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore and Malaysian Prime Minister Tunku Abdul Rahman seemed inevitable.